Okay, so I need to tell you about the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me in a public building. And I mean ever. Like not just top 5. This is number 1. This is the thing I think about at 3 in the morning when my brain decides to replay every embarrassing moment of my entire life in random order. This is the one that always plays first. Full witness, full eye contact, full humiliation, absolutely zero survivors. This is the story of the elevator guy, and why I now exclusively take the stairs in every single building I enter for the rest of my natural life. No exceptions, no compromises, stairs only, forever. So before I get into the actual story, I need you to understand a few things about me as a person. First thing, I am not a fast runner. I want to be, genuinely. In my head I am fast. In my head I am basically a professional athlete. Like if you asked me to describe how I run in my imagination, I would tell you it looks cinematic. Wind in my hair, slow motion, very cool. Very composed, the kind of running you see in movies where the main character is late for something important and they make it look effortless and attractive. That is how I run in my head. In reality, I run like I am carrying invisible luggage while also being slightly confused about my destination. I run like someone who just remembered they left the stove on but is also not entirely sure which direction home is. That is just the honest truth, and I have fully accepted it as part of my personality at this point. Second thing you need to know about me, I make decisions very fast. Not good decisions, just fast ones. There is a big difference between those two things and I represent that difference perfectly. The part of my brain that is supposed to pause and think for 2 seconds before acting has never worked correctly. It just skips that step entirely and goes straight to action, which has caused me many problems in my life. Many, and this story is one of them. Third thing, I had already taken the stairs once that day, going down from the 7th floor. 7 floors. My legs were done, completely finished, retired. If my legs could have submitted a formal resignation letter, they would have done it right there in the stairwell. So by the time I was coming back into the lobby and heading back upstairs, the idea of taking those stairs again was genuinely painful. Not metaphorically painful, actually physically painful. My legs were communicating with me very clearly, and what they were saying was absolutely not. Find another way up. Figure it out. We are not doing that again today. So there I am walking through the lobby. Tired legs, heavy bag, just trying to get back upstairs to my cousin's apartment on the 7th floor. And I look ahead and I see the elevator. The doors are open, just sitting there waiting. Beautiful, perfectly timed. Like the universe had specifically arranged this moment just for me as a small reward for surviving the day. I felt genuine relief, like okay, good, something is going right. I am going to walk calmly to that elevator and take it upstairs, and my legs are going to forgive me, and everything is going to be fine. And then the doors started closing. Now here is the moment, the exact moment where everything went wrong, where the story of my life split into 2 paths, and I chose the worst one without even hesitating. Path 1 was the rational path, the path where I slow down, accept that the elevator is closing. Walk calmly to the button, press it, wait 30 seconds for it to come back down. 30 seconds. That is genuinely nothing. That is less time than it takes to tie your shoes, less time than a single song on your playlist. 30 seconds of waiting, and this whole situation resolves itself quietly and privately with nobody watching and nobody involved. I did not choose path 1. Something in my body completely bypassed my brain and just decided to run. Full commitment. Instant decision. Zero thought process involved whatsoever. 1 second I was walking normally, and the next second I was sprinting across the lobby like my entire life depended on catching that elevator. Bag flying off my shoulder. Shoes hitting the tile floor so loud it echoed. I was generating a truly embarrassing amount of noise for a person just trying to catch a lift. The security guard sitting at the front desk looked up from whatever he was doing. This auntie who had been standing near the mailboxes sorting through her letters turned all the way around to see what was happening. A little kid sitting in the waiting area with his mom grabbed his mom's arm and pointed at me. I was a full public event, a spectacle, a scene. And I was maybe 15 feet away from the elevator, still running, still fully committed, still completely convinced in my heart that I was going to make it. And that is when I saw him, the elevator guy. He was standing inside the elevator, just existing, minding his own business, phone in his hand, probably texting someone or scrolling through something. Just a normal person taking an elevator. And he looked up, maybe because he heard the noise, maybe because he felt something, maybe because the universe wanted him to witness this. But he looked up and our eyes met, and in that exact moment, every single thing about this situation became 10 times worse, because now it was not just me running desperately toward a closing elevator. Now there was a witness, a specific witness, a witness who was making direct and sustained eye contact with me while I made a complete fool of myself. and for one single beautiful, naive, optimistic second I thought he was going to help me. I genuinely believed it. I thought, okay, he sees me. He can clearly see that I am running. He can see the bag swinging and hear the shoes squeaking, and he is a human being with empathy. And he is going to reach over and press that door open button, and this is all going to be fine, and we will share a small laugh about it and go on with our lives, and this will just be a funny little moment and nothing more. He did not press the button. He stood there, phone in hand, eyes completely locked with mine, watching me run, and his face had absolutely no expression on it whatsoever. Not sympathy, not guilt, not amusement, not discomfort, nothing, just completely neutral. Like a person who had looked at the situation, assessed it fully, made a conscious and deliberate decision, and was now simply witnessing the consequences of that decision with zero emotional involvement. The doors were closing, getting smaller and smaller, and my hand actually reached out. My actual physical hand extended itself forward toward the elevator from 15 feet away, like some part of my brain genuinely believed I had a reach I had never discovered before. Like maybe in this moment of desperation I would unlock some new ability. I did not unlock any new ability. The doors closed completely. He was gone, and I was standing alone in the middle of the lobby with my arm slightly extended toward a closed elevator door, out of breath, bag hanging off one shoulder, shoes still making little squeaking sounds as I came to a stop. The security guard was watching. The auntie had not moved. The kid was still pointing at me. I slowly lowered my arm, and I walked to the elevator button, very slowly, very deliberately, extremely calmly, like a person who had simply been walking normally this whole time and had arrived at the button through completely reasonable and dignified means. Like none of that had happened. Like I had not just sprinted across the entire lobby and reached toward a closed door with my bare hand. I pressed the button, and I waited. 4 minutes. It took 4 full minutes for the elevator to come back down. 4 minutes of standing in that lobby, in front of the security guard, in front of the auntie, in front of the kid and his mom, just waiting, existing, thinking about my choices. 4 minutes does not sound long when you are doing something. When you are watching something, or talking to someone, or moving around, 4 minutes passes instantly. But when you are standing still in a lobby where every person present just watched you humiliate yourself, 4 minutes is a geological era. I could feel time moving slowly. I could feel every second. I aged during those 4 minutes. Not metaphorically. I think actual years came off my life. The auntie finished sorting her mail. She picked up her bag. She started walking toward the exit, and as she passed me, she reached out and patted my shoulder, gently. Once. She did not say a single word to me, did not make eye contact, just patted my shoulder and kept walking, like she was acknowledging what had happened, like she was offering silent condolences for what I had been through, like a person placing flowers at a memorial. I watched her walk out the door, and I turned back to face the elevator, and I thought about whether it would be possible to simply stop existing temporarily just for a few minutes until this situation passed. The elevator dinged. Doors opened. I stepped inside, pressed 7, stood in the back corner. Doors began closing, and then I heard shoes on tile. Running shoes, getting louder fast, coming from across the lobby. I turned my head and there was another person, different person, completely unrelated to my situation, sprinting across the exact same lobby I had just sprinted across. Bag swinging, shoes squeaking, the same sounds I had made, the same desperate energy, the same face. That face of pure commitment and hope that I knew so well because I had been wearing it 4 minutes ago. They were looking at me the way I had looked at the elevator guy, and my hand moved, completely on its own, started drifting toward the door open button. I watched them running. I saw the hope in their expression. I knew exactly what they were feeling because I had felt it. I knew what they needed. I knew what would have changed my entire experience if someone had just done it for me. And I did not press the button. I watched the doors close. I rode the elevator to the 7th floor in complete silence, thinking about what I had become in the span of 4 minutes. I had arrived in that lobby as a normal person, and I was leaving as someone fundamentally changed. The elevator had done something to me. The elevator guy had done something to me. And now I had passed it on. Like a curse. Like a tradition. My cousin opened the door before I even knocked. He had been watching from the window the whole time. He saw everything from the beginning. The sprint, the reach, the waiting, the auntie pat, all of it in real time from above. He tried to look serious when he told me this, and he absolutely could not do it. He said he saw the guy not press the button and felt bad for me. He said he almost texted me. He said the kid in the lobby pointed at me for a full minute after it happened. I sat on his couch. I did not speak for 11 minutes. I just sat there processing the entire sequence of events from beginning to end. The running, the eye contact, the betrayal, the auntie, the 4 minutes, the second runner, my own betrayal, all of it. I take the stairs now. Every building, every floor, no exceptions. The stairs never watched me suffer. The stairs never made a decision about me. The stairs are just there, reliable, consistent, honest.
The elevator and I have an understanding now, and that understanding is that I will never trust it again. The elevator guy is somewhere out there right now, living normally, sleeping fine, no guilt whatsoever. And I think about this every single time I walk into a building. Every single time. If this has ever happened to you, drop a comment. We need to find each other. Subscribe for more stories. Take the stairs. See you next time.